On the distant alien planet of Xenthos, a dark, imposing chamber buzzes with anticipation. Alien commanders gather around a massive holographic table, their skin shimmering in shades of green and blue. Above them, the hologram displays a detailed map of Earth, its continents glowing ominously. They are not just planning any ordinary operation, they are gearing up for an invasion. The atmosphere is thick with laughter and arrogance, as they underestimate the very humans they are about to confront. As the laughter echoes, we shift focus to Captain Alex Mercer, a seasoned leader of Earth's defense forces. Unlike the aliens, Mercer is not adorned in flashy armor or surrounded by high-tech gadgets. Instead, he stands with a group of loyal soldiers in a dimly lit command center on Earth. His brown hair is slightly tousled and his blue eyes reflect determination. Known for his strategic brilliance and bravery, Mercer is well aware of the odds stacked against him. "They think we're weak," he tells his team, his voice steady yet filled with conviction. "But they don't know what we're capable of. We might be outnumbered, but we are not outsmarted." His words ignite a spark of hope among his comrades, reminding them that sometimes heart and cunning can prevail over brute force. "A tiny army of primitive beings?" sneers General Zarnok, the leader of the alien forces. His voice drips with disdain as he gestures toward the map. "This will be a stroll in the park!" The other commanders nod in agreement, sharing stories of how they've defeated lesser races before. They believe their advanced technology and overwhelming numbers will easily crush any resistance from Earth. Zarnok stands tall, confident that humanity poses no real threat to their grand plans. He sees humans as mere insects, tiny, insignificant creatures that can be swatted away with ease. As the laughter echoes, we shift focus to Captain Alex Mercer, a seasoned leader of Earth's defense forces. Unlike the aliens, Mercer is not adorned in flashy armor or surrounded by high-tech gadgets. Instead, he stands with a group of loyal soldiers in a dimly lit command center on Earth. His brown hair is slightly tousled, and his blue eyes reflect determination. Known for his strategic brilliance and bravery, Mercer is well aware of the odds stacked against him. "They think we're weak," he tells his team, his voice steady yet filled with conviction. "But they don't know what we're capable of. We might be outnumbered, but we are not outsmarted." His words ignite a spark of hope among his comrades, reminding them that sometimes heart and cunning can prevail over brute force. As the Alien War Council continues to plot, we see the stark contrast between their world and that of Earth. The alien technology is breathtaking and terrifying. Gigantic ships hover ominously above the surface of Xenthos, their sleek designs glinting in the harsh alien sun. These colossal vessels are equipped with cloaking devices that make them nearly invisible, and they are armed with powerful weapons capable of annihilating entire cities in seconds. Below, soldiers in high-tech suits move swiftly, each equipped with an AI system that analyzes every move on the battlefield, giving them an almost godlike advantage. In contrast, Earth's defense outpost appears humble. The humans are not in fancy uniforms or wielding advanced weaponry. Instead, they are gathered around makeshift tables, cobbling together their resources. Old tanks and improvised devices fill the yard, a testament to their resourcefulness and determination. The atmosphere is tense but hopeful. Captain Mercer and his team are deep in strategy sessions, discussing tactics that might level the playing field. "We may not have their technology, but we have something they lack: our will to fight for our home," Mercer says, rallying his troops. They nod, feeling a mix of fear and adrenaline as they prepare for the battle of their lives. As the scene shifts back to Xenthos, Zarnok receives reports of Earth's defenses. He waves them off dismissively, confident in his superiority. "They are just a tiny army, and we will crush them without a second thought." Little does he know that this underestimation will be the key to humanity's fierce resistance. With the stakes set high, both sides are oblivious to the intense struggle that lies ahead. The aliens prepare for what they believe will be an easy victory, while the humans gather their courage, ready to prove that even a small army can take on the mightiest foes when driven by the spirit of survival. The tension rises as Zarnok's fleet prepares to launch. Earth's defenses seem weak from the alien perspective, but deep within their makeshift command center, the human soldiers are gearing up, each one determined to show that they are far from defenseless. As the alien ships take off from Xanthos, a sense of foreboding looms in the air. The fate of Earth hangs in the balance, with both sides poised for conflict. The story is set, and the stage is ready for an epic confrontation between a tiny army and a powerful alien force that will redefine what it means to be underestimated. With the clash of ideologies and the fate of two worlds at stake, the battle is just beginning. The tension in the air is palpable as the alien fleet descends upon a remote human outpost located in the heart of a dense forest. Captain Alex Mercer and his team stand ready, knowing that this is not just another battle. This is a fight for their survival. The soldiers have prepared for this moment, using every resource available to them. They know the aliens underestimate them, and they plan to use that to their advantage. As the massive alien ships block out the sun, a chilling silence falls over the outpost. The aliens, confident in their superior technology and numbers, begin to deploy their troops, thinking they will easily crush the humans below. But Mercer has a different plan. He instructs his soldiers to move quietly and stay hidden. They have set up makeshift traps around the perimeter, blending them into the environment, ready to spring into action. Suddenly, the calm is shattered as the aliens launch their attack. Explosions rock the ground as the first alien soldiers land, their armored suits gleaming. They march forward with their weapons drawn, certain they are walking into an easy victory. But they are unprepared for the fierce resistance waiting in the shadows. Human soldiers, camouflaged and waiting, spring into action. They activate hidden traps that catch the alien soldiers off guard, causing chaos among their ranks. Drones buzz overhead, providing real-time surveillance and targeting information, helping the humans to coordinate their strikes. The aliens, used to dominating weaker foes, find themselves in a fight they never expected. As the combat intensifies, guerrilla tactics come into play. Human soldiers dart from cover to cover, using the trees and debris to hide their movements. They launch surprise attacks, employing their stolen alien technology to turn the tide of battle. With every ambush, the humans show their determination and resourcefulness, making the aliens question their earlier assumptions. Close quarters combat erupts as humans engage the aliens in a fierce struggle. Using advanced weapons and their knowledge of the terrain, the soldiers fight with skill and bravery. The alien soldiers, initially confident, are taken aback by the humans' resilience. Mercer leads his team with precision, inspiring them to fight harder. The battle rages on, revealing the unexpected strength of humanity. Each fallen soldier adds to the emotional weight of the fight, fueling the resolve of those still standing. The tide of battle shifts, showcasing how even a small, underestimated army can rise against an overwhelming foe. As the dust settles, both sides realize that this fight is just the beginning of a much larger war. After suffering initial losses in the brutal battle, the human soldiers regroup in the thick forest surrounding their outpost. They realize they need a new strategy, one that takes full advantage of their surroundings and their unique knowledge of the terrain. Captain Alex Mercer gathers his team, emphasizing the importance of working together and using their cunning to outsmart the aliens. "We might be outnumbered, but we know these woods better than they ever could," Mercer reminds them. The soldiers nod, their spirits lifting as they prepare for the next phase of the fight. They set traps again, but this time they also plan ambushes and use their drones for better surveillance, ensuring they strike when the aliens least expect it. Meanwhile, General Zarnock is feeling the pressure. As he watches his troops struggle, he begins to realize that the tiny army he mocked is not as weak as he thought. His confidence starts to waver as he observes the humans adapting quickly, employing advanced tactics that rival his own forces. Zarnock recalls his earlier dismissive words and begins to question his assumptions about humanity. In a series of flashbacks, we see how the humans adapted alien technology from previous encounters. They've modified alien weapons, integrating them with their own designs to create powerful new tools of war. This moment of revelation shows Zarnock that the humans are not just fighting, they are innovating, learning, and evolving right before his eyes. During a fierce encounter, Bonner's courage shines through. When he sees one of his comrades wounded, he rushes to help, risking his own safety. This moment of bravery resonates deeply. illustrating the human spirit's strength and determination. The bond between Bonner and his fellow soldiers grows stronger as they rely on each other, showing that their fight is not just about survival, but about camaraderie and sacrifice. As the humans regroup and prepare for their next move, they are more united than ever. With the weight of their struggles, hopes, and fears, they embody the resilience of humanity. The stage is set for the next clash, where the power dynamics shift, and both sides must confront the unexpected reality of this brutal conflict. The aliens now face not just a tiny army, but a formidable force driven by courage, adaptation, and an unyielding will to fight for their home. The time for a major confrontation has arrived. Captain Alex Mercer and his team of human soldiers have spent countless hours preparing for this moment. They know that to turn the tide of this battle, they must unveil their ultimate weapon, a cloaking device that they had modified from stolen alien technology. This device will allow them to become invisible, launching a surprise attack on the alien command ship high above. As the aliens remain oblivious, the tension builds. The human soldiers activate the cloaking device, their figures fading from sight. With a determined look in his eyes, Mercer leads his team toward the command ship, their hearts racing with a mix of fear and excitement. The plan is to strike hard and fast, catching the alien forces off guard. The battle commences, and the aliens, initially unaware of the threat, soon find themselves under attack from all sides. Human soldiers emerge from the shadows, their weapons blazing. The unexpected assault sends the alien forces into chaos. Mercer feels a surge of hope as he watches his soldiers fight with courage and tenacity, proving that they can hold their own against a technologically advanced enemy. However, just as victory seems within their grasp, tragedy strikes. During the height of the battle, Bonner, the young soldier who had become a symbol of hope for his comrades, sees one of his fellow soldiers in danger. Without thinking, he rushes forward, risking his life to save his friend. In a heroic moment, he pushes the soldier out of the way just as an alien blast hits him instead. The impact sends Bonner flying and he falls to the ground, gravely injured. The scene becomes heavy with emotion as Captain Mercer witnesses Bonner's sacrifice. He rushes to his side, the realization of loss weighing heavily on him. The remaining soldiers feel the impact of Bonner's bravery. They are motivated to fight harder in his honor. This moment adds emotional depth to the battle, showing that the fight is not just for survival, but also for the memory of those who have given everything. Meanwhile, General Zarnock, watching the battle unfold, is struck by the bravery and unity of the human forces. He had dismissed them as a weak, tiny army, but now he realizes how wrong he was. The determination of the humans, their willingness to sacrifice for one another, and their unexpected strategies challenge everything he believed about them. Zarnock is forced to confront the idea that humans, despite their technological disadvantages, can be formidable opponents. As the climax reaches its peak, the battle becomes a fierce struggle between hope and despair. The stakes are higher than ever, and both sides are pushed to their limits. The tide of battle is shifting, and the fate of both the humans and aliens hangs in the balance. With Bonner's sacrifice echoing in their hearts, the human soldiers fight on, ready to prove that they are more than just a tiny army. They are warriors, and they will not back down. In the aftermath of the climactic battle, the human soldiers stand in disbelief as they watch Zarnock's flagship crumble and fall from the sky. The destruction of the command ship causes chaos within the alien ranks. The once confident alien forces, now disoriented and leaderless, begin to retreat in panic. The humans have achieved what seemed impossible. They have defended their home against an overwhelming enemy. Cheers erupt from the surviving soldiers as they embrace their hard-fought victory, a moment of triumph that they will cherish forever. However, amid the celebrations, a heavy feeling lingers in the air. The memory of Bonner weighs heavily on Captain Mercer and the other soldiers. They gather in a quiet place, far from the noise of victory, to reflect on their fallen comrade. Captain Mercer stands before them, his expression serious yet filled with gratitude. Bonner was more than a soldier. He was a hero, Mercer begins, his voice filled with emotion. He showed us what it means to fight for each other and for our home. We must honor his sacrifice by protecting Earth and never forgetting those we lost. As the soldiers bow their heads in silence, the bond between them strengthens. They share stories of Bonner's bravery and kindness, ensuring that his spirit lives on in their memories. This touching scene emphasizes the emotional resolutions of their struggle, highlighting how the fight was not just about winning, but also about the connections forged in battle. However, the story does not end here. As the humans celebrate their victory, a scene unfolds in the shadows of the galaxy. The defeated aliens regroup, their pride wounded but their spirits unbroken. They gather in a dark chamber, led by Zarnok's second-in-command, who vows to take revenge on the humans for their loss. "We underestimated them once, but we will not make that mistake again," the commander declares, determination blazing in his eyes. Plans for a counterattack begin to form, hinting at the possibility of future conflicts. This final hook leaves the audience with a sense of anticipation. The struggle between good and evil is far from over. The humans may have won this battle, but the war is still raging. With the threat of the alien forces looming on the horizon, the story hints at new challenges and adventures that await Captain Mercer and his team. They must remain vigilant and ready to protect their world, knowing that the fight for Earth is just beginning. The cycle of conflict and resolution continues, showcasing the resilience of humanity and the ongoing battle against those who would seek to conquer and destroy.